This is exercise number 3. Using date and time taken to place photos and videos in the proper sequence. This is exercise number 3. Let's go into Chuck's class organization, and we're going to go in here to exercises for instructions, and I'm going to go down here to sort by date and look at the videos I made here. All right, preview. Okay, this is exercise number 3. More than one camera and camcorder are used and placed into a single file. That means that I have used a camera, my wife has used a camera, and we have used a camcorder. Now, sorting the file by name does not work because of the prefix, the alpha numbers, okay? And so sorting by date and time taken does put the data in the proper sequence. Your job is to sort by date and time and then rename the files so they may be brought into the timeline in order. And here's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to close this out. We're going to go back into Chuck's class organization. I'm going to go into exercise 3, organize video photo by date taken. I'm going to double click on that. Now we have a file up here called 004 Christmas lights. All right. Now that's going to be the folder containing all the photographs, but for our exercise purposes, we want to move those photographs over to a folder that we can make mistakes on and learn on. So I'm going to create a new folder, and it was going to be called, let's just call it test. Nothing more than that. We just call it test, okay? Now I'm going to double click on Christmas lights, and there's all the photographs. I am now going to do a Control A, which selects all. I'm going to right click and do a copy. All right. Then I'm going to go back to the folder here where I have the test. I am going to open up test and do a right click and do a paste. The data on the left is sorted alphanumeric. All right, camera number 1 takes photographs that start with IMG, all right, and they're in numerical sequence. Now we go down here and we see these MVI files. If you notice, they have a different symbol out here in front. These are video files. You see the length of time, all right? So these came from another source, okay? And lastly, my wife had a camera in here that her photograph started with P, all right? And this purple down here does not belong, so I'm going to delete that, all right? All right, so now we have my camera, camcorder, and Dorothea's camera. Now, we want to put these in the exact sequence taken. So first of all, this date is way over here. I'm going to right click between name and length, all right, and put everything close together. Now I'm going to sort here by date, and you notice the date and times in here. So I'm going to click on this once, all right, and I'm going to click it on actually a second time because it is now got date and time reversed. Click it on a second time. Now we have everything in here exactly by the date and the time taken, and we now see that we have photos and then videos and then photos and more videos and photos, and there's a photograph taken by my wife, but everything is put now into a proper sequence. Now we want to make it easy for us to bring these into a timeline, and trying to work with these names right here makes life very, very difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off here with the first 2 photographs, and I'm going to give them a name and a number. So I'm going to always click on the first photograph for renaming purposes, and I'm going to do rename, and I'm going to simply call this TEST001, and I'm going to click the enter key. Now we got to go up here and widen it so we can see what happened here. if we notice, we have test 001, 1 and 2. Now we have two video files here that need to be sure that they come in after these two photographs. So I'm going to highlight these two photographs on the very first, video. These are videos. I'm going to go out here, I'm going to click on rename, and I'm going to type in TEST002 and hit enter. All right, now you notice that they say test 002, and this up here says test 001. So I'm going to go through and do all these. Now this one is all photographs. All right, see these little emblems out here? Now, depending on what software you're using for your photo editing, this emblem may be different. But the photographs are this group right here. They do not have any length. All right, so I'm going to highlight from there, hold down the shift key, highlight all of them, always rename the first one, and I'm going to go to rename, and I'm going to type in TEST003 and enter. All right, so now we have two more videos. All right, so I'm going to highlight the two of them. On the top one, I'm going to rename, and I'm going to go in TEST004 and hit enter. I will continue this renaming until all the photographs and all the videos are in a numbered sequence. And you will notice that all the photographs end in an odd number and all the videos end in an even number. And I am going to make a video, and we want to go into exercise here, and there is test right there. I've got to wait for it. You'll notice that this is on video right here. So you'll notice that this has test 2, parentheses 1, test 2, 2. There's 4, there's 6. Okay, so when you click on this show videos, it only shows the videos. When I go down here, test 001 and test 01, and that's test 003. So I know if this is 1 and this is 3, that a video fits in between those. So I can take these two down to the timeline and put them right there. Now I switch over to show videos, and I have this one, which is test 2, and this is test 2. Highlight both of those and bring those down to the timeline, and I have the two videos correctly. So now there's 4, so I know that 3 is a photo. So I go in here, and there's 3, and there's several 3s. Okay, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and that's a 5. So we know from here to here are photos that fit down into the timeline. I hope this now is beginning to make a little sense. It is a little complicated the first time around, but it gets better. All right, so we have down here 3. Now we need to bring in test 4 and test 4 after these photos. So I highlight that one and that one, bring them down. Now I slide the bar over. I need to go back now because I need the photos that fit in between. So we go over here, and that says 5, 5, 5, 0, 5, and 7. So from here to here, come down to the timeline. Now I have to go back to videos. All right. Now this is 6, and this is 8. So we need to bring the single one down all by itself. All right. Bring it down to the timeline. By renaming these photos and videos in the sequence that I have shown you, when bringing them into the timeline is very, very helpful. Okay. And we look for 7, which is right there. How many 7s do we have?